Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. I'm so excited for it. Whee!
All right, settle down, settle down. Things are getting a little out of hand over here. As I record this, we are well into April. We're supposed to be having black fields out here and be getting things ready to go. Instead, we got more snow and ice. And I got to do a little bit more clearing here in the yard once again. The amount of snow was actually fairly low, but it came with so much wind that the north-south roads in particular are bad. Luckily, the township actually was out early this morning and they've got that cleared. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get anywhere outside the yard right now. And it came with a good amount of rain first. So we got plenty of this to deal with. But this time of year, that snow and ice melts really quickly. It doesn't even have to be above freezing. That sun just has enough power to be able to get things to melt off. So I'll just push a little bit of snow around with this and then call it good enough. We've got a small seed delivery coming later today, so I want to make sure that the semi-truck can get in and out of the yard just fine here. Oh. The berms that have been built up all winter are really hard because they've gotten warm and refroze numerous times. All right, that's enough for today. 1 hour cleared it up pretty well, so this will be plenty good for now. Sounds like it's gonna be above freezing in the next couple days here, so then stuff's gonna really melt fast. It's gonna be a muddy, wet disaster around here for a few days, but I guess that's spring. It's close enough to lunchtime. Before I go into lunch, I think I'll plug the tractor in that's in here so we can get that hooked to the planter, maybe later. Because no matter what the weather's like out here, I mean, I don't like working in this, but if I can move the planter around, get it in the right spot in the shop, then we can start getting some work done with it. I think I am gonna have to plug this semi in first to get it out of the way so I can get to that tractor. There, that should start in a couple hours, then we'll move to the tractor. It's still cold out anyway. It's just getting really frustrating because it's go time, but it's not. Things are gonna sneak up on us quick, I'm afraid. There's been a lot of talk about having a late spring up here in the upper Midwest because of these conditions that we're seeing. We're definitely not gonna be early, but honestly, we're gonna warm up so quick when it does happen. It's gonna be a big mess for 10 days and then it's gonna be go time. The frost isn't that deep, which always helps. I don't think we're gonna be as late as people are talking like now. If things warm up just right, we could still get in the fields on an average date. Maybe. A quick minute here, guys, to tell you a little bit about AG1, which is the nutritional drink that I've been taking once a day to support my immunity, help with my gut health, and give me more sustained energy. A lot of the times I take this stuff right away in the morning, but sometimes before lunch, really whenever I want to. It's really easy to do. You just mix up 1 scoop into the mixer here with a bottle of water. This stuff is made up of 75 high-quality whole food sourced ingredients, including vitamins, minerals, adaptogens, and probiotics. You can get the handy can for the stuff, or you can actually get it in travel packs, which makes it even simpler, and it tastes good. If you guys are interested in getting some for yourself, all you have to do is go to athleticgreens.com/millennialfarmer to get started on your own order. Right now, AG1 is actually gonna give my community a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D3 and K2, plus 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Thanks again to AG1 for supporting us and sponsoring today's video. Back to what I was just saying about getting into fields on an average day. So I ate a really long lunch there. I actually ate lunch for 4 days straight because it was the Easter weekend. This is what changed in 4 days. We got a little bit of this type of thing to deal with because the culvert under the road, I'm sure, is frozen shut. But that'll work its way out here in the next couple of days. Obviously, still plenty of frost in the ground, tons of mud. It's not like we're going planting tomorrow, but look at how much changed in 4 days. 4 days ago, this field was probably under 1.5 feet of snow. Now it's just under water. I'm gonna go get more lunch and wait for this to dry out. Well, look at that. The culvert's already opening. It's moving fast now. On that note, let's get the planter out. And I'm gonna hop in the skid steer for a second. Are you excited? She is. She always is. Didge, are you excited as well? Only because Anna makes noise. thing I gotta do here is just get a couple of things out of the way so that I can actually get the tractor backed up to the planter. Now you may have noticed that we still have this blower system and motor sitting around, which means it hasn't sold yet, which means we would still love to sell it. Just saying, we got the airlock here too. I'll be waiting for an email. Okay, the planter's mostly clear, except for that motor right there, which actually goes right on the back of the planter tractor. So I'll just either toss that out of the way or throw that on before I hook the tractor up, I guess. Got the big door open on the new shed over here. This new shed is extremely wet inside, similar to what it's like outside. And a lot of the reason is because we had our only rain in 3 months, the pretty much day that they started building this thing. We had 2 inches of rain, and then by the time they were done building this thing 12 or 14 days later, the ground was frozen solid. So now we've got water standing mostly along all the walls and a lot of black dirt from digging the poles in. It's a mess. It's a complete disaster, but hey, they got the shed up. It'll dry out, we'll level it off, we'll bring in new gravel, and we won't have this problem again. Let's see first if the truck I need out of the way is gonna start. I have high hopes. Never doubted it. Now let's see if that will start. Also, never doubted it. No issue. What? Luckily, I was able to squeeze through this 60-foot door. I love this time of year. Don't ask me why we don't put nicer gravel in either. There's no good answer. We don't have nicer gravel around here. We don't have limestone. This is class 5 gravel. It's what we got. And I might just be stuck in it. Let's see if I can wreck something yet. Oh yeah. Empty trucks go good on that. Come on. God dang traction control. Every engineer that thinks you need traction control needs to come out and drive something in a situation like this. Please, please come see how terrible it is. Hallelujah! Although now I have no idea where to park this thing, because anywhere really is going to be stuck. I'm just going to have to keep driving around for a couple weeks until everything dries up. It can sit there for now. Kind of surprised I got out of that. I didn't think I was gonna, which actually would have made great YouTube content, because for some reason you guys love it when I get things stuck, or when Jim gets things stuck. That sure is a lot of moistiness. Moist. See that? That's a bunch of water. Pretty moist out there. Pretty moist. It's been a year, but I think I did that correctly. I'm just gonna take these jacks off the 3-point, or off the 2-point, off the planter right away, because they caused us to tear a wiring harness out a couple years ago. Now this thing's got a long frame and a long wheelbase. Let's see if I can get it out of here at this angle. I tried, but I got a marker light that's not going to clear the sprayer boom. See? That should fold back. Now it should clear. Someone piled all this snow right in my way. Now I want to back the planter in here, and I need a whole 72 feet of this shop, which is everything it's got to get the planter in. So I'm gonna get this machine out of the way. And honestly, I could get the snow pusher and the blower off this, because if we get more snow, I can't really move it when the ground is thawed on top like this anyway. On the same hand, it's kind of begging for a blizzard if I unhook it right now. We'll leave the stuff hooked up for a couple more days anyway. May as well move the razor out of the way as well, just, you know, in case I need to use it for work here. I don't want it blocked in. I was just kidding about moving that because it's dead as a doorknob. That space looks a lot more narrow now that I drive up to it. Therefore, this one's just gonna come out. I'll just throw it over here in the big shed where everything is moist. Now, this is the same planter that we ran last year. The one that had all the sensor issues, which I diagnosed it finally at the end of the season, and it's not actually a sensor issue. It's a connection inside here that I'm not going to take apart right now, but I know exactly which connection it is on each row besides number 12. There's just a bad pin in 12. So we'll have a little work or something to do there. But supposedly, John Deere's got an update for these sensor connections because it was an issue for everyone. Why it didn't do it the first year we put it together, I don't know. Trust me, it has nothing to do with the shed going down, the issue we had last year with that shed. That's not the problem. It's a connection issue that we're gonna get fixed. And for those who are gonna point out that I waited all winter and didn't do it until now, it's because I couldn't get the parts until now. The dealer couldn't get the parts until now. It's actually warranty work, so we're gonna have the dealer do it. I don't know if they're gonna do it at the shop or at our shop here, but that's why it hasn't been done yet. All right, we'll be in touch tomorrow then. Okay, thanks, yeah, thanks, Daryl. Bye. They prefer to do it there, at their shop. So they're actually gonna come grab the planter tomorrow and bring it right into their shop. So I'm gonna bungee the hoses up, make sure. There's a wild cat running through here, which I don't mind as long as it grabs the mice and moves back out. Just make sure the cords are wrapped up so that, you know, they don't get destroyed. Deere actually already just came out and grabbed that planter, so they came and got it right away. And I got a phone call saying we've got some of our FBN chemical and seed coming, which I knew was gonna happen. But now I gotta prep a spot here for it. And I have important items in the way, so I'm gonna have to move that. That's supposed to go in the other shed, but I don't have the other shed cleaned out enough either. I'm just running around with my head cut off here. But sometimes that happens, doesn't it, Didge? I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is the single handiest and simplest skid loader attachment ever. We'll let it sit in there for now. Of course, just a reminder, if you guys like race cars, you can see a lot more about those by going to our second channel, link below. Just saying. If not, cool, I farm too. Now, to clean up this area a bit. That's leftover seed in there. This is a custom duct tape handle on our broom here, by the way. Slide this giant Yankum rope to the side if I can. This is a big son of a gun. And this old obsolete wrinkly rope. You do not want to get the bottoms of your pallets dirty. It looks bad on camera. You make sure you don't work too hard over there, Anna. Okay, I got this handled. Don't worry about it. Don't wag your tail too rough either. We're gonna call that clean enough. From my understanding, it sounds like they've got 8 pallets. 2 or 3 totes of seed, and the rest is chem. But right now I gotta run and grab the kids from school. I'll only take you if you tell the camera where you wanna go.
McDonald's. Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen is by far better.
I just want a slushie for McDonald's.
I would agree. Dairy Queen is much better than McDonald's.
Yeah, their ice cream is, but Dairy Queen doesn't have the type of slushie I want because they don't have a Sprite lemonade slushie. McDonald's, I love their French fries, and then I don't know.
Okay, we'll go to Dairy Queen, but only because you guys want to, not because I want a cookie dough blizzard. Definitely not. How is it?
Good.
Good. The kids are taken care of. I even fed them. And I got a truck here with a delivery. Right to the farm. Simple as that. Ordered it on my app, and here it is. There's some Farmer's First liquid AMS right here. We got some glufosinate on there, some pre-emerge stuff, some seed coming yet. There's some 1.4 maturity enlist soybeans. This was a variety that did really, really well for us last year. To the farmers out there watching, that 1.4 maturity probably to most of you sounds like a really, really early soybean. That's about as late as we go up here where we're at. Well, that was easy. Got 3 boxes so far of soybean seed right here. Got some pre-emerge chemicals. Got a whole mess of stuff on this pallet. Some clethodim, mesotrione, some more pre-emerge stuff. Got some glufosinate there. Some liquid AMS. Another tote of something or other back there. And it's easy. You can order it right from the app on your phone. They bring it right to your farm. If you're a farmer, once again, I know I've said it before, but there's links down below you guys can check out. Even just go there, check it out, see what they offer. They are much more than just seed and chemicals. They offer everything from seed and chemicals to health insurance, land loans, input financing. If you're a farmer and you think you might be interested in becoming a member, go over there and check them out. They offer everything, obviously, from seed and chemicals to health insurance, land loans, input financing, you name it. They've got everything over there for members. Even pricing transparency. So even if you don't want to buy something from them, you can sign up to be a member. You can go in there and see what the average prices are to know if you're paying too much, maybe too little, if that's a thing. See where you land on the spectrum. Clearly things are moving really quickly out here. You can tell by my truck. Heck, even just in like the last 10 minutes of this video, it's warmed up a lot out here and a lot of snow has disappeared. The kid's back from his pit bike ride. Looks like he's trying to flip it over backwards on the driveway. I'm sure he'll achieve that anytime soon. Could be a lot worse. That's one I'm proud of right there. I know I do this a fair amount. It's because I'm a family man, but I'm already gonna quit for the day. I'm gonna hang it up because we got some family stuff actually going on at the school, so I gotta go clean up and head right back to the school for a meal and some stuff going on. So that is what we are going to do. In just a couple days here, we're gonna get Jim out here. We're gonna start working on some stuff, Jim and I. And then Dad's gonna come home finally from being down south. He doesn't want to see snow. I think he's allergic to it now. Actually, I told him there was no point in coming up yet, so he'd come up anytime if I told him we needed him. But right now he's enjoying the warm weather. He'll come up for the season, come back. We'll get things rolling. It's gonna be fun now. It's been a long winter. It's time to end that. I wanted to point out too, because I took some heat over on TikTok yesterday. People were chewing me out for not building a decent pad under this shed before we built it. So for those of you who watched last fall, we had an awesome pad right here. And then as soon as they showed up to start building this thing, not their fault, but we got 2 inches of rain, which happened to be like the first 2 inches of rain that we had had in 3 months. And then by the time they were done, it was frozen solid. And then we got a whole bunch of snow in here before they finished getting the roof on. And here we are. Everything's a mess. But that's okay. It's nobody's fault. It's going to dry off. We're going to level this out, thaw out. We're going to put fresh gravel on it. It's going to be beautiful. All good things. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the greatest shed in this township, believe me.